All right. Look, we just had Christopher Price on, who's a big competitor of yours. So this is your chance to refute everything that he said. He believes that we went over all the injury stuff with him, but he believes 4-1 to finish. What is it? 4-1.
He said 4-1. Yes,
to finish up the season, get you the number one seed. I tend to agree. I think this team. I don't know how much you've seen Baltimore, and Baltimore's coming up. I think, and this is just in terms of wins. Baltimore's not going to catch them in terms of standings, but I don't think Baltimore. I think Patriots are better than Baltimore.
Yes.
Okay. So who in the AFC is better than the Patriots? Because obviously the Patriots aren't some like dynasty. Like who's better than them in the AFC?
So before Will Campbell and Jared Wilson got carted off, I'd say maybe no one. Right now, I'd say Denver for sure. You could put the Colts in that conversation as well, just because I think pass protection now is such a glaring weakness, especially with those teams that have at least one good pass rusher in DeForest Buckner. And then the Broncos are the best defense behind the Texans in the AFC. Like, there are matchup issues there, but those are the only two teams, in my opinion, that are in the conversation for being better than the Patriots right now.
Okay, so that's interesting. If the Patriots played the Chiefs or the Bills in the playoffs, you would like the Patriots in that game.
Slight favorites, but definitely favorites.
Yeah, okay. You think they'd be Vegas favorites?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. I don't know if I believe that, if they would be Vegas favorites. Do you guys think that they'd be Vegas favorites
Would they
against
be
Kansas City?
I would.
No, I know.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Against Kansas City, the Buffalo one, I don't think so.
Okay.
See, I think Kansas City would be less likely just based on their experience. Now, I don't understand Kansas City is very flawed, but they did come back against Indianapolis, and that was a must-win at home. But
but that was the first one-score game that they've won this year. And if you think it could be close, then you really can't give much of an edge to Kansas City.
But the other way you could flip it, Hardy, and they were trying to do it during the Indianapolis game, is that they aren't good in one-score games this year, and they've been great in one-score games in the past. So you could look at it like it's the way the ball bounced in a couple of these games, and they're really not that far off from where they used to be.
I guess.
Look, we could spin this in a million directions.
Well, and the other way you spin it is, what is the betting public going to think? Because as you know,
they're going to want Kansas. They're going to think Kansas City.
Yeah, the line has nothing to do with who's going to win by how much. It's about getting 50-50 action on that bet. So you put a line out there: Patriots versus Kansas City. Who are you taking? I'm taking Kansas City. Taking Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. I want to bet the Chiefs. The Patriots, yeah, they got a good record, but borderline rookie quarterback still. This guy's, regardless of how the actual football looks on paper going into that game, I think there's going to be a lot of money coming in Kansas City, and especially at Buffalo. I still don't trust Buffalo. I think they're too inconsistent. There's too much going on, but people they know Josh Allen, and they think back a couple of weeks ago, he ran for 3, threw for 3. I'm going to bet Buffalo. So I think even more so with Buffalo, the money and the odds would be with them.
See, just real quick, Andrew, and then I want you to expound upon it for the rest of the break. I think you've proven that you're better than every team in the East. I think you're better than every team in the North, and I think the South. There are teams I wouldn't want to play, and in the West, there are teams that I wouldn't want to play. I wouldn't want to play.
Who do you want to play in the West?
I wouldn't want to play Denver or Kansas City, and I wouldn't want to play Indianapolis or Houston. Now, I didn't say you can't beat them, but I wouldn't want to do it. You notice how Denver is a very.
Would you want to play? Would you want to play Denver in the playoffs?
The answer to that is definitive.
Should people want to play Denver in the playoffs?
No, not if there's a brain
Why
in that
not?
skull of yours.
Why wouldn't you want to play Denver in the
Who have
playoffs?
Andrew, Christopher, and Mike all picked as the team they didn't want to play?
Why wouldn't you want to play them, Fred?
Because of Bo Nix.
Oh, okay.
Because of the magician that Bo Nix is.
Okay.
See, you did it one too many, John.
I'm
all right,
sorry.
go ahead, Andrew. Go ahead.
So one thing on Kansas City and Buffalo apiece, it's a good point, Hardy, about like, okay, we could use the sports books in the spread because that is now our framework for everything in sports. But if we were to say, like, give us the ESPN, analysis or analytics FPI, who would have a better than 50% chance in that game? I think it would be Patriots slightly. The thing that would make you feel good if you're a fan is not just like Drake May's really good, the team's largely stayed healthy until Sunday. Mike Vrabel's history against Patrick Mahomes is among the best of any coach in the league over an extended period of time. Some of Patrick Mahomes' worst games came against those Titan teams, mediocre Titan teams, the way that they schemed them. And there was a note that Diana Rossini, the Athletic, had this Sunday that apparently coaches in Kansas City have shared around the league. Yeah, there are 2 coaches we don't like to see. One is Lou Anarumo, defensive coordinator for the Colts. who knocked them off in the AFC Championship game with Cincinnati 4 years ago. The other is Mike Vrabel. So that's one thing that you would, not maybe like a feather in the cap, but you could kind of feel good about. The Bills, I don't know if this is something Bert said because I didn't bother to listen, and I've been quote-unquote headlined with this show before, clips that go on YouTube, but it said like Josh Allen was exposed by the Texans on Thursday night. The MVP wasn't exposed, but I'll tell you their defense and their lack of threatening receivers absolutely was. So this isn't a Buffalo team that's trying to plug, one hole in the hull of the ship. They've got multiple things they're trying to fix. That would give me confidence, too, as the Patriots go. We can run on them or throw over the middle of the field. Their linebackers and safeties are no good. And we can kind of clamp down around Josh Allen, who's going to create on his own, but we can kind of let him score as much as he wants, but limit everybody else. That's not something you've been able to say about the Bills for a long time.
Do you think the run defense, in order to do that, they were dominant for so long, their run defense, it's kind of let up recently. Do you trust that run defense to get back to dominating in the playoffs?
I trust it because I think Milton Williams and Kyrus Tonga will be back. And I also want to note that, like, the fact that they didn't allow a 100-yard rusher until Sunday and a 50-yard rusher until whatever it was, 3 weeks ago, speaks louder than the fact that they just allowed a 50-yard rusher and then a 100-yard rusher. Like, that was always going to happen. The dam was going to break. Can you build it back? I'd say yes, because those guys are going to return. And Vrabel's history as a defensive coach, again, going back to Tennessee, always elite run defense. If there's enough here, it's just a matter of the resources you want to commit. Up front, you want to play base personnel, only 4 defensive backs? Or are you cool like they were in Cincinnati? We'll roll with Marcus Jones and play nickel because he's really good against the run. And if you want to run for 4 or 5 yards, cool. We're not giving up the bomb down the field because we know that's what you ultimately want to get to with Joe Flacco.
Did you think Indianapolis got way too conservative? I don't know how much of that game you saw, but do you think that they kind of gave that game away with how conservative they were at the end?
I didn't see the end of that game, but I saw the box score and just how they absolutely just kind of like sat on their hands the last 3-4 drives, I think it was.
Yeah.
So something obviously went wrong, and it wasn't just the execution. I mean, those games, when you got a chance to knock out Patrick Mahomes, we know you got to take
what they would
hook.
do is they would run on first and second. I mean, there's a lot of time left. I mean, you're killing clock like 9 minutes left, like 10 minutes left in the game. That's, I wouldn't advise that, but I'm no stretch. But they would hand the ball off twice, and then it would be 3rd and 7, and they would throw a 4-yard pass, want the kid to break 3 tackles. Like they just kind of like shut the game down, and I wonder if that doesn't like bode. Like one thing I'll say for the Patriots is like they let that kid throw. Like, they let May throw on 4th down. They let May throw on 3rd and long. Like, they go for it, and they have confidence in him.
Yeah, the kid can do it, too. That's the thing.
Yeah, and he
you
executes.
saw it against Buffalo out there, but more importantly, last Sunday, a couple of big throws on 3rd and long and 4th down also.
And that's everything in the playoffs. I mean, think of that pass Mark Andrews dropped for Baltimore last year.
Right.
Like, that's everything. Like, it comes down to confidence in the quarterback, not sitting on a lead. It comes to executing on 3rd and 4th down. This is all very cliche, but it all gets back to the point where I saw Indianapolis not being willing to do that.
Yeah.
And I've seen the Patriots all season. Now, granted, it's not like the world-class defenses, but whatever. They're willing to do it, and May's shown a propensity to be able to do it, which is a recipe for success in the playoffs, if you ask me.
Patriots going into Sunday, and I know they lost. This is newborn dad brain kicking in, but they were stopped at least twice on 4th down, and both of them were rushes. They had converted 83% of the time on 4th down going into Sunday. That led the league. And so when you talk about Patriots are really good in one-score games, say Kansas City was last year, okay, how is that? Some of it is randomness and variance and just the bounce of the ball and stuff you can't control. Other of it is you're managing games now better than virtually every other team in the league. And when you look at coaches like Sean McDermott or maybe Shane Steichen, based at least on how Sunday went, like Vrabel is more aggressive and smart when he's aggressive. Because all of these 4th down tries, with the exception of 1 or 2, have been in opponent's territory with 6 yards or fewer to go. That's almost every single one. At which point it says, hey, if it's a toss-up, we're going to go for it. We're not going to sit on our hands on 4th and 1 and punt like, sorry, John, BC did the other night against Georgia Tech.
Don't be sorry.
He's a huge BC fan.
I know. It comes up every week when I'm in.
I know.
But the point is that's
I'm
like
the season ticket holder.
that's another advantage that if you want to make the case for the Patriots in the playoffs, as injured as they are, and I would believe a lot of this case, it's Mike Vrabel's game management, and it's also the way that you've seen other teams fail to manage games that sometimes decides it for them, and that's why Patriots are winning close games the way they have been.
All right. The cafeteria is out of avocado toast.
Oh, boy.
Can't believe I came in today.
So we're in a real situation.
Why don't you get yourself a nice omelet?
Yeah. Breakfast sandwich, maybe?
Don't tell me what to do, Jack. I live on my own terms.
Of course.
One more fourth down stat because it just came to me.
You might as well do something.
More than
while
half
we
of their conversions this year have directly led to touchdowns or sustained a scoring drive. So I talk about, hey, you're good in fourth down. All right, that's cool, Callahan. No, that's giving you more points, like the Stephon Diggs catch at Tampa Bay right before halftime. I don't think they win that game without that touchdown. So Mike Vrabel going for it on fourth down, it's big news.
Yeah, because you're right. Going for it on fourth down, if it doesn't lead to anything, so what? Who cares? But if it leads to points, all right.
And if you're in a good spot or if you don't get it, okay, they're backed up at the 1. Okay, fine. They're going to punt unless they cover 70 yards.
Still, I think it was 11 goal-to-go situations, and you didn't score any points.
Oh, that was pathetic. Don't get me wrong.
Just, come on.
Yeah, that's a different conversation. But
that's unprecedented. I defy you to find another team that's done that
Have
this
a
year.
little bit of that conversation next.
For the latest from the Sports Hub, download at 985thesportshub.com.